It is an island the local indigenous people call Burrangooba, an island of great beauty just off the far New South Wales south coast that has big colonies of fur seals and fairy penguins. Aborigines regard this island as a sacred place for teaching men's business, and it was just on 2 centuries ago now that 150 men and boys drowned leaving this island after one of those ceremonies. Welcome to Montague Island in this special edition of Travel Oz. Hello, I'm Grainger. Ahead, the wilderness of Montague Island. Special encounters with penguins and seals. Kokoda, the New Guinea trail that's played such an important role in Australia's wartime history. The two Tims head out along the Kokoda Trail. And the indigenous wildlife wonderman of Esperance. Montague Island is the largest inshore island on the New South Wales coast. Its abundant covering of grass means it's become a rich breeding ground for birds, with Aborigines in earlier days regarding this as fertile hunting grounds. Underneath its big solar array and historic lighthouse, we join National Parks Ranger Mark Westwood. Mark, this is some island.
It's a wonderful place, Greg. We're 9 kilometres offshore. There's nothing like it on the New South Wales south coast till you get down here. It's a lump of granite, volcanic in origin.
And all this greenery amongst it.
Oh, beautiful vegetation. We've got a real paradise out here.
OK, now you work here, of course. You come out here all the time. You almost live here.
Oh, I wish I could all the time. Yeah, I'd love to. I love the place. You've got wildlife, you've got atmosphere, you've got weather, you've got ocean, you've got everything.
And you've got the lighthouse. Everywhere you turn on Montague Island, there is the lighthouse, which has saved countless ships. Now, Mark, back in 1881, this island would have been transformed by the erection here of the lighthouse and the keepers' cottages.
Oh, yes, Greg. They took the very granite we're standing on and built that tower up there. And they built these houses for the lighthouse keepers, and a head keeper and 2 assistants moved in with their families.
And Mark, they were big families too roaming this island.
Oh, at one time we calculate there's over 20 people living out here. That's the keepers and their children. Sadly, they're all gone now. The light's fully automatic.
Times have changed.
Oh, yes, indeed. It's been over 20 years now like that. So, yeah, sadly the keepers are gone from Montague.
Beautiful light, of course, oscillating, putting out a pulse of light every 15 seconds?
Every 15 seconds, and all the boats going past know where they are when they see it. Even with modern times, with GPS and satellite technology, they're still reassuring to see a light glowing in the distance when you're out at sea. And
that light has changed a number of times over the years.
This is the 3rd lens up there. The original one was about 8 tonnes of crystal and metal, and it's quite simply kerosene powered in the old days.
And the granite they built the lighthouse out of comprises this entire island.
Yes, they used to try and use local materials for the lighthouses, a lot cheaper that way. And Montague's granite is from a remnant volcano that it's super strong building material. It weighs a lot. To consider the hand building of that light, chipping away at those stones by the stonemason and dragging them up there and putting them in place is a wonderful thing.
You would have got a sense of the isolation of the island for the keepers and their families living here. In the time we've spent here, we've seen strong winds, totally cut off from the world.
Oh, you can be isolated for weeks or even now. You can be isolated for days.
You're saying we might not get off?
Well, there's a risk. You never know, Greg.